Alright, you guys get a little impromptu tailgate video today due to the fact that my garage is torn apart because I'm organizing. So it's fun sometimes to get outside and enjoy the fresh air. We're just gonna get this old guy back in action. Husqvarna 61 Rancher. Buddy inherited from his uncle and says it doesn't run, so we're gonna get it running, hopefully. I think probably just a carb kit, throw the carburetor through the ultrasonic, delete the governor in the carb while we're at it, and maybe open the muffler up just a touch. This thing pulled apart so that we can get it all blown out, because it is a mess. You never know what you're going to find in these little girls. But a lot of these get left for dead on a bench somewhere. There's usually quite a bit of life left in them. But stuff like that's pretty common. So we'll get it blasted out and come back to pull the carb. How you doing? Oh, wonderful. So these old saws, when you get into them, you know, they're all, I shouldn't say they all, but oftentimes, like, it's missing its choke lever. Oil cap is stripped, cracked, and broken. So keeping those old saws, even when they're destined for the scrap heap, it's worth it, because I can just go in the garage now and pick out a choke lever and an oil cap off a junk saw. So hang on to those old piles that you don't think you need anymore, or better yet, list them for cheap and I'll come buy them. But out of all of these I've done, I haven't done hundreds of them, but I've done a lot. I'm yet to come across the one that had a Walbro on it. So I got cocky, thought I had a kit, but it's for a Tillotson HS. It's like on most of them, so, or most that I've worked on. I don't know, maybe this being a little older era, maybe these all had Walbros, I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna dig into it here. Ooh, that feels about like I thought it would feel. A little spongy. There we go. Alright, so point of interest, or stuff to be wary of pulling these apart. Usually that gasket will stick to one side or the other. You just want to make sure it's not sticking half on here and half on there, and when you pull it off it rips it. They look like they're in decent enough shape, so we'll get those cleaned up. Best of what I can tell, this isn't a governed carburetor like the HS series are, so that's kind of nice. We don't have to worry about blocking that off, so I guess we won't get into that. Sometimes you get these, or when you get these, it doesn't run and I don't know why saws from people. You just kind of got to start going into them. Generally, if they've been sitting, it needs a carb kit, and so a lot of times fuel lines and whatever. So kind of going against my better judgment here and assuming that the fuel line's good, even though it needs to be replaced. It's not collapsed or anything up here anyways. We're going to pull this apart. I do not have a carb kit for it, but it feels, well, never mind. It's a crispy critter. So I'll have to order a carb kit for it, or the I want to get it going in me wants to just go inside and pull a HS utility off a different one I have sitting in the garage, but kind of a not a keep it original as far as don't modify it, but a keep it original as far as the parts that were on it. And from what I understand, these Walbro carbs only came on these early white tops. This is a 84 model. So I'd like to keep this carb with it if possible, and if not, then we'll go throw Tillotson on there. But actually the diaphragm itself feels really good. Alright, we all do it, or I don't know if we all do it, but I do it. Get going on these projects. This thing will get torn back down again. Tank off, handle off, completely cleaned. But I turn into, like I've said it before, Go-Go the idiot circus clown. You get doing these projects and you want to see it run. You want to see it run. Will it run? So we're waiting on a carb kit. These are a little crunchy, so a way sometimes to revive them, at least for short term, is to hit them with some brake clean. You want them soaked for a bit, and obviously it's doing bad things to the rubber, you know, because it softens them up. But it'll do in a pinch sometimes if you got a hard diaphragm or something. Just let them soak in some carb clean or brake clean, whatever you choose, and sometimes it'll kind of rejuvenate them, breathe some life back into them, get you by until you get a carb kit coming. Alright, so that's all out. We'll see if I can't remember how to put this back together. After you soak your diaphragms, I like to use a little silicone. I've mentioned it before. It helps keep the seals from sticking, gaskets from sticking, and also helps the diaphragm stay kind of pliable. Especially since they came out of the brake clean and are a little dehydrated. Rascal, you're out for another one, huh? Yep. He just plugs along, doesn't he?
He does. And he doesn't like to be left home.
No, he likes to get out. Yeah.
He likes to get out, so I take him and then I'll take Vinny over to Stella's.
Oh, yeah. Neighbors have a old Springer Spaniel that still likes to get out. He's pretty slow, but he still makes it happen. He gets to walk to go get the mail. And then back, and that's about it. There, you remember on some of these they have this where it has to slide into the slot in the metering lever. It doesn't go on top. Because that will mess you up. As much as you want it to, it won't run right. Alright, I do believe we're on the right track here. I believe I am. As long as you believe. Good things can happen, right? Maybe. Come on, what do we got going on here? There we go. You know, these carb bolts, machine screws, whatever you want to call them, they just got to be snug. You don't have to go crazy. Yeah, that fuel line is questionable at best. I have to run the choke El Manuel with no there we go. But hey, I believe we're there. Let's slap a recoil on it and see if it'll run. Look through my jar of fuel caps here, or oil, fuel, whatever you want to call them. I think I got one. It might work. We'll see. All newer style, but come on, get in there. Oh, look at that. We're in business. So, get this thing topped off with some oil. Oh, we're running low. Top it off, because if everything runs and goes well, might just go put it in some wood. Okay, so that's that. I don't feel like pulling until my guts could fall out, so I'm going to give it a little squirt from the bottle. Set my choke since I don't have a choke lever. Pretty sure I checked this one for spark, but we'll make sure here. Work on enough of them, you're bound to forget sometimes. Oh. Dang it. Now it's definitely flooded. I had the switch in the wrong position. Duh. So let's see what happens now. Now that it's flooded. Genius. What a genius. Okay. Promising. Try that again. Oh, we'll try a couple more here, but I would say it probably needs a little more love than what we've given it. Great success. Daphne, come here. Daphne, come. Come on. Come. Stick around. Another one lives to cut another day. Well, I'll do, like I said, this is getting torn back down to get thoroughly cleaned. And we'll open up that muffler. They need it while we're at it. And next video we'll put it in some wood. See how it does. Thanks for hanging out, guys.